Hey, I'm Latif with BevNET. I'm here with Adam Louras, the CEO and founder of Koa. We're at Natural Products Expo West 2016 at the Koa booth. Adam, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So Koa, a really innovative company that markets a really innovative beverage, Olakino. Not everyone knows what Olakino is, so can you kind of give us a breakdown of what the beverage is all about?
Absolutely. So Olakino is juice. It's a different part of the juice that people haven't really seen over time. We're all used to seeing orange juice, for example, come straight out of the orange. But when you actually see some of the fresh pressed juices that are made in the market today, you'll see how they settle over time. That's kind of been hidden from us for a while now. So we actually separate the top layer. We create a process where it separates faster using gravity. We take that top layer, that's where the process begins, then we use a filtration process that actually selectively takes out the fructose. So what you get is a product that is 100% juice, and it has all the natural nutrition, so it has your vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, polyphenols, the phytonutrients are there, but it doesn't have the sugar, calories, or carbs. Obviously that changes the experience quite a bit when you take the sugar away, but we think it's an extremely refreshing beverage for a new usage occasion, and it really creates a new category.
It's a new category for what type of consumer?
Well, the consumer really is, the health-conscious consumer that a lot of the beverage in the new age beverage section is looking for. We're going for, specialty gourmet, natural food stores, and people that are interested in yoga and a healthy lifestyle.
Now let's talk a little bit about, you have the original flavor, and then you've done some added flavors and some line extensions.
Correct.
Including a lavender product, which
Yes.
I know you said is quite the seller.
Yes, it's our top selling.
Right, and you're also now introducing a sparkling line as well.
Correct.
So how do you approach innovation when it comes to flavor and other line extensions?
A lot of it actually comes through either innovation that we're working on with other companies, or it comes from our consumers. So raspberry is a great example where it comes from our consumers. People were asking for a berry-based version that had a distinct and noticeable flavor. It's made from 12 fruits and vegetables, though it's called raspberry, but raspberry is one of those Olakinos that really taste like what it is. So we made it from raspberry, and for the people that were looking for something very familiar, that worked out, and our consumers asked for it and they liked it. Lavender was really interesting because it actually evolved from a joint venture we were doing with a coffee brand that wanted to cold brew with juice, and it was a delicious product. I was trying it with lots of different Olakinos, and this lavender vanilla flavor really was distinct in making the cold brew. My girlfriend actually stole a few of them out of the fridge that I was heading to the meeting, and I was not expecting this, and she drank them all on me, so I had to scramble at the last minute to get them. But she said it was the best thing she'd ever had, and so I started passing the base around. This was supposed to be for a coffee product, and people loved it so much that it actually came from that direction.
Wow. Sparkling is really interesting too, in the process by which you carbonate the beverages. Took some time and took some R&D. How do you go about that process?
It did. I'm a student of this business, and I've learned everything hands-on and trial by fire, if you will. Going into carbonation, I again felt like it was going to be easy, and it was definitely not. It's definitely an art and not a science. And so you can go with very light carbonation, you can go with medium carbonation, go high with carbonation. It's a very there's a whole gradient that you could go across, and every one of those choices actually changes the flavor and the smell and the mouthfeel. Very challenging. We use a lot of consumer testing. We like to try it out. The sparkling that we're launching, we're starting with our natural version sparkled. It's exactly the same. The juice is made the same way. We just add the carbonation right at the last minute to the same bottle. But our consumers really love the heavy carbonation. That's what came back, was people were looking for big mouthfeel, and so that's what we set out to do. Yeah,
well, sparkling and fizzy drinks are quite popular these days, especially when it comes to sort of low-calorie, low-sugar products.
Yep.
In terms of distribution and retail, where are you looking to sort of place the still and the sparkling in 2016?
Great question. So we're heavily focused on trying to go deep in our current markets that we're in. So we're in New York City right now and parts of New Jersey. We're big in Texas, which is where our home base is, and then our manufacturing's in Southern California. So we're growing our presence in LA and San Diego. We're very heavily focused for the rest of the year on LA, San Diego, New York, and possibly Arizona.
Okay. And what type of retail outlets are you selling the products?
Definitely natural grocery, natural specialty. We're actually looking at healthy, fast, casual places where the sparkling pairs really well, salads and sandwiches and even Thai food. So we're doing really well in those locations. And spas and yoga studios as well.
Okay. Now, you recently brought on, as an advisor, a pretty heavy hitter in the beverage industry. I believe he's known by his nickname, the beverage whisperer, Ken Sadowsky. So
you guys have very deep roots in this industry. Find out rumors very quickly.
yeah. So now, what does Ken bring to Koa?
You know, Ken's reputation really speaks for itself. You know, he's been a part of some of the biggest beverage brands of all time, some of the ones that are still on the rise and very well known. I think what Ken brings is, as I said earlier, I'm a student of this industry. I've learned a lot of what I know from you guys at BevNet, but I had no background in food and beverage before. Ken is the beverage guy, right? And he brings a wealth of knowledge that I think very few people have in general in the industry. But more importantly, when it comes down to decisions where I have a gut feel of, is it time to go into a place like Target, for example, I may not feel like we're ready for that exposure because we have to do a perfect job. The rest of my advisors and team that don't have as much beverage experience, they hear Target, they think this is a no-brainer. Of course you go into Target.
Right.
And I really need somebody with Ken's thinking and experience to bounce that idea off of and say, do you really think we're ready?
Yeah.
And I think his answer would be no. And that's what I would feel too, but it's good to have backup in those moments where I'm torn in both directions. Of course you want to grow and you want to have sales, but I want this brand to last for many, many years. And I want to be here 10 years from now talking about how we grew. And those types of mistakes can kill you.
Sure.
You only get one shot and you don't want to make a mistake.
Well, maybe hopefully in 10 years we'll be talking about Koa getting into Target.
I truly hope so.
Okay, great. Well, good luck with the rest of the show, and I really appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much, Adam.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.